Welcome back to my series where I give you guys my top 15 songs to a certain artist. Today's episode is going to be Trippie Redd. And just like all the other videos in this series, these 15 songs are not ranked in any particular order. They're just my favorite Trippie Redd songs in general. Of course, my list is going to look different than yours. We have different opinions, but it's really hard, especially because Trippie Redd's my favorite artist, to narrow it down to 15 songs. So I'm going to be leaving out tons of great songs, and I'm sorry in advance. So let's go ahead and begin with the first song on my list being his best intro and one of my favorite songs of all time, Topanga. I just think the sample in this piano beat is so heavenly. It was such a great opening song for the Love Letter to You series and for that album, the third, installment. This is one of his biggest hits to date. I just feel like pretty much everyone enjoys this song, whether you like Trippie or not.
He sucks, like literally sucks. Like this kid sucks, and I like Topanga.
Trippie doesn't really get too complex with the lyrics. I just felt like he had a lot of fun and just everything was perfect and his flow was perfect over this beat. And like I said, this is in my funeral playlist. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. I think start to finish with the long intro and long outro, this song is just so beautiful and it's really just peak melodic hip hop in my opinion. Next after that, I have the intro track to A Love Letter to You 4, leray. It really is a poem and it is just a heartbreaking song and a song where Trippie's trying to move on over Coi Leray. Obviously, that's why the song is titled that, but I just think that Trippie in the second half of the song when he really starts, getting melodic and singing at the end is one of his best performances. Trippie over acoustic is so beautiful. I'm glad that we've gotten that a few times. I will only want that more and more because he really is such a good singer. When I need, this song, it's always going to be there for me. And I think this is one of my favorite emotional or sad songs of all time. It's going to be my go-to when I want that type of stuff. And Trippie executed just so well. And it's just a short, perfect intro to the beginning of that album. Sticking with the Love Letter to You 4, I put another one of my favorite Trippie cuts, Lovesick. Cry this man a river, man. I could listen to this performance on this song all day. Again, this is one of his best melodic performances we've ever gotten. It's a pretty soft song overall, pretty chill. I just think the lane of production he chose was very smooth, exactly what it needed to be. I think Trippie vocally is what, makes this song as good as, what it is. And those fireworks at the end of the song was such a beautiful way to wind down the track. This is my favorite song off that project, which, you could go ahead and choose so many highlights on Neon Shark, but the one that sticks out to me towards the end of the project is the very emotional and sad song, Leaders. The chorus on the song and the opening part of this track actually samples and interpolates Deftones, which we've seen Trippie do over the years and been very inspired by their lead singer, Chino Marino, who was actually one of the features on Neon Shark, so it was a very, full circle moment for Trippie. That little, drum fill and that little, bridge back into the last part of the song where there is no lyrics is also very beautiful. The song is of course have production credits in collaboration with Travis Barker, who did the entire Neon Shark project, and if you don't like Neon Shark, man, you got to give it a try. Trippie in his rock bag is very special. I'd love to hear more of that one day. And I don't mean for every single song to have the same theme of being sad, but I think one of Trippie's best sad performances is How You Feel. It was a very sad rock song, similar to Leaders. That's why I wanted to put it after it on this list, but that to me is just a standout on Life's a Trip. Showing Tripp's versatility on that project was insane. It's just a very long, strung out guitar. Unfortunately, like I said, the song's very, sad and, haven't smiled in a while. I don't mean that to be the theme of this video so far because I'm putting other bangers on the list. We're going to stick with Life's a Trip though for the next one. Put that on my tab, ho. Jimmy Neutron, I told that bitch. Which I think this is one of Trippie's most inspirational songs to date, rapping in dedication of his passed away brother. If you know Trippie's story, and his upbringing and how he got into rap and everything, it's because of his brother that he lost. So lyrics about him and his guys going out, he can pay for all their meals, and he's just kind of up right now in life. And you can tell this is like a winning moment and a winning song for him. I think the sample from Gene Dunlap, Just a Matter of Time, was very beautiful. I love Trippie, in a lyrical bag, so we're gonna dive into more of those songs, after this one. And rapping Trippie is very good when he brings that energy, that deep voice. It may only be 2 minutes, and maybe I wanted Trippie to rap more and I wanted it to be longer, but it actually really is a perfect song. When I heard the song, you know, drop as a snippet and Trippie was gonna come out with this being the lead single to A Love Letter to You 5, I instantly just heard something that got me really, really excited because this was kind of a throwback, almost 80s, 90s style that Tripp tried to recreate. And when he sampled one of my favorite 80s albums of all time from Melba Moore on the album Never Say Never, I think that I just got really, really excited. So maybe I'm biased because of that, because Skye absolutely killed it on the hook. I know she only has that contribution on the chorus, but it is so infectious. It is so good. I could just listen to the beat and Skye all day. But I also love Trippie adding 3 verses. It almost feels like a more of an expansion on what he was trying to do on Oomps Revenge. My personal favorite verse is the first one. I really like the third as well, where he almost sounded like he was Tupac. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Second verse was cool as well. It didn't perform as well as, you know, I wish it would have, so it's gonna go down, you know, very underrated in Trippie's discography. That's one of my favorite tracks of 2023, and you'll probably see it on my end of the year list.
Feeding for your love every damn day.
I thought it was cool that Trippie went ahead and sampled Busta Rhymes' old classic song, You Know What You Want, with Mariah Carey, and used that chorus and, you know, interpolated that on this song while getting a new Busta Rhymes verse in the middle of the song, which I thought was very cool, and I'm sure that's a cool moment for Trippie. I'm sure that's one of his idols. This song just gives me a different just boost of confidence, and this song just hits different. It's a different feeling. While I know that it is an interpolation and a recreation almost of that song, I think Trippie as well did his thing. It's a collaboration I would have never expected, and I think it turned out really, really well.
Then I know what it's like, this life to live forever.
The next couple songs on my list, I put songs from the controversial album ! With the first song being Immortal. I think this song is also very underappreciated in Trippie's discography or on this project, which I think that ! is a very solid project, but Immortal's been one that's always stood out to me. I think this is one of Trippie's best choruses ever. I just, for some reason, think that melodic performance is so catchy, and then he also still has that screaming voice as well. I think that him adding on someone like The Game was a very, very random collab that I wouldn't expect, but The Game dropped a hard verse, you know, made the song more lyrical in a sense. I like the horns in the background. I just think that the song, you know, to completion front to back is exactly what it needs to do. Next after that, I put the song I Try, which I know I put my boy Amchan onto. This one for some reason has been very special, and this song definitely has the most like nostalgia tied back to it, back, you know, in high school when this song dropped for me. I don't know what it is, this song just makes me so happy, and you know, many of Trippie's songs, you know, are written to where they're very relatable. It's just so catchy, even though it is repetitive. The song really is stupid in theory, but for some reason I just love it so damn much. I Try just had to be on my list. It's just so special to me. Sticking with nostalgia, we couldn't leave out 1499 Freestyle with Juice. Of course, Juice just gives a masterclass performance, and that's one of his best features ever. I just overall love this duo so much. It was cool to see them, you know, punch in bar after bar and just rap. High energy song, it's hype, it's great for performing, it's just got bars. There really is no meaning to it other than it just being a freestyle, you know, these two just goofing around. As much as I love, you know, Juice's chorus and, you know, his verse as well, I also really love Trippie's part in the middle as well on his verse. It's just never gotten old for me, and yeah, it definitely has nostalgia tied to it from 2018.
I just got a million bands today.
Next after that, I want to mention one more Juice and Trippie collab with Matt Hardy. This song to me is just an even more fun version of 1499 Freestyle. It's basically another freestyle. I think Juice just has so many fun and out-of-pocket bars, you know, some I can say, some I can't, but I love the back and forth, you know, over the verses. When they added the rage beats and that beat was progressing like that, you know, there really is like 2 or 3 beats overall in this song. I love that progression. I thought the production was insane on Trip at Night, and that album is very, very special to me. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. It does get sad by the end of it, man, because you can tell it is kind of dedicated to Juice as well, just because it released after he passed. I wish they didn't cut like the last verse or 2 on the track, man. They could have kept going, but I could listen to this song for like 10 minutes if it was 10 minutes long. Next after that, I put Demon Time with Ski Mask the Slump God. Trippie didn't really do too much on the chorus. I know that actually by the end of it, Skye chimed in, they did the chorus together, but Ski Mask's feature verse was really the best feature verse from that year, 2021. I just can't wait for them to release even more music together. You can tell that they're really like genuine friends. It just has so much replay value to me. It was one of like the darker beats on the project. Trippie and Skye is a very good duo. We love to see. Now next on my list from Trip at Night, I have the song Finish Line. This pick was very similar to I Try, where I've just had so much fun listening to the song, made so many memories with this song, you know, in my car and you know, at school and everything. This really shows that Trippie is pretty much the best rage beat rapper. You could argue like Ken Carson is up there, or even maybe Yeet, but I think Trippie Redd has always had amazing performances on rage beats, and I think that this rage beat in particular is probably one of the best fucking rage beats I've ever heard. This song is so nasty, dude. So much replay value for me. It's just the happiness, the emotions, they just all fly out when Finish Line comes on.
Talk about them peas. Got a bunch, nigga.
And the last song on this list, sticking with Trip at Night, I put the last song on that project, Captain Crunch. This song is just so much fun to me. You don't really get Trippie Redd doing posse cuts like this too often, but he's tapping into his Detroit bag with this one. And it's really hard to rank which verse is my favorite. They're all pretty much even to me. They all add to the song. There's really no weak points. It's, you know, a nice dark piano from Honorable C Note for like 4 minutes. But again, with everyone's verses, Icewear, Vezzo with the first one, can't leave out Trippie Redd's right before that, by the way. I loved his verse. And then after that, you got Sada Baby and Babyface Ray doing their part on the back half of the song. I think that the chorus as well was just so catchy. This was a Trippie Redd snippet I thought was never dropping, and for whatever reason, he decided to put it out. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys liked my list or not, and please let me know your guys' favorite Trippie Redd songs below in the comments, and also let me know which artist I should do next, or maybe I can make a poll or something. I have a Twitter and Instagram. Go check me out there. More videos soon this week. We're on the road to 2K. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.